William Lautner once said, "Never be afraid to use your voice for honesty, truth, and compassion." Now, have you ever think about how powerful your voice can be? Especially in this modernization era where everything can be published online. Once you speak up about something, your voice doesn't only stay with you, it travels. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kalila Arabella from Tucker University, and I have a question. If your voice can change the future, are you using it wisely? I believe most of us spend our daily life at least scrolling through social media once or twice a day. It means that social media become a huge part of our daily life now. Compared to years before, where only famous or well-known people are shown on the media. If you think about it, technology such as social media become the new megaphone. Now our voice have the chance to be heard globally. People around the world have the chance to hear our voice. This is a big matter, as we are given the opportunity to raise our voice louder than ever. But the question is, what are you willing to say with that power? If you ask me, then I would simply say, speak up for those voices are unheard. I'm talking about those who are vulnerable, those who are ignored. And I hope you notice that a lot of people falls into this category. And to make them much more specific, I'm going to be classifying them into 3 categories. First, those without powers. Children, elderly, unprivileged groups, and the disabled. They don't have the same power to talk about their discriminations as we do. This is due to their limitations of physical, social, or communications ability. We, as someone who have much more privilege than them, should help them. Second, those without voices. Do you know who suffer in silence? Animals. They don't have the same ability as we do to speak for their problem. They can simply say, "It hurts," or "I'm scared." Do you remember the campaign for stopping animal cruelty for product testing? That is exactly what we do. We should start speaking up about something they can't disagree on. Third, those without protection. Forests can stop chainsaws, and oceans can reject trash, but we can. Speaking about climate change, land burning, or plastic pollutions not only will help our environment, but also us as a human. Their lives depend on our braveness to speak up. Young generation should start using their voice as a tool to change the future. I believe you all know Greta Thunberg, a young woman who speak up about climate inaction. At only 15 years old, she stood up alone in front of the Swedish parliament in protest. This successfully sparked a global movement called Fridays for Future. It involves a lot of students globally. You see how one opinion can affect a lot of people. This is what we call using our voice to change the future. You must be wondering, can I make a big impact like them? Yes, you can. You don't need to be famous or well known to make an impact. All you need to do is be brave and speak up. From now on, let's use our social media wisely. Talks about bullying, discriminations, and others. Start a movement, awareness, and make sure to spread real data and not false information. Start discussion about mental health, environmental issues, and others. Imagine a world where young generation's voice are actually heard, when they care about education, they cared about equality, wouldn't it be a place where peace are made? So ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, young generation should start using their voice to talk about important things, to help the vulnerable people, and to change the future. They need to know that their voice is as powerful and it can change the future. And that is why from now on, we should start making bridges instead of walls. I'm Kalila Arabella. Thank you so much for listening.